Moving on to wide receivers, I don't think much of a surprise at the top here with Justin Jefferson, who just is coming off a remarkable year and a remarkable start to his career. But after that, obviously, this becomes a lot more difficult, Barry, with just talent after talent after talent that I think, in my opinion, from 2 to 6, this can go a lot of different ways.
It really can. I mean, obviously, we're banking on the fact that my little Cooper Kupp comes back healthy and that Matthew Stafford does not retire. He keeps claiming he's not going to.
Yeah.
I still sort of don't believe it until, until training camp opens and number 9 is back there under center. Davante Adams is a bank on talent. I mean, at the moment, his quarterback is Jarrett Stidham. We don't expect that to be the case, but there's that. You could like any of these guys. This is again, we sort of say this all the time, but wide receiver is deep. If you leave a league, a draft, and your number 1 wide receiver is CeeDee Lamb or Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think you're still feeling pretty good about your team.
Yep. I think a case can be made that Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp should be the top 2 picks in drafts, full stop.
Yes.
Just because McCaffrey and the San Francisco offense, maybe they use other running backs in that offense. And Kupp, we have to remember his last full healthy season last year, he was basically the greatest wide receiver season of all time. And then this year was the number 1 fantasy wide receiver in points per game, even with everything that was going wrong in LA. Like, he is all world. And then Justin Jefferson, offensive player of the year, obviously has an incredibly high floor and ceiling. So I might even put those 2 as my top 2.
Yeah, I mean, and you see, Hill and Waddle both there, right? I mean, but there are guys that can easily sneak in, like, no Mike Evans there. Like, Mike Evans is always, he's 1,000 yards in the bank, right? We don't know who his quarterback is. Like, is anybody shocked if Chris Olave, sneaks into the
Garrett Wilson? He's got Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback.
Right.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, there you go.
By the way.
Yeah, exactly. So
Deebo Samuel, of course.
Deebo in there, right? Friend of the podcast, Deebo Samuel.
Friend of the show.
So friend of the show, yeah. So I don't, no Keenan Allen there either. So there were a lot of different, it was wide receiver is deep. I agree with you that Jefferson, Kupp, and Chase, I think, are in a tier by themselves.
Sure.
But after that, I think, depending on how your draft lays out, in the second round, I don't necessarily need a number 1 wide receiver. If you went running back in the first round or Kelsey, and then you come back around and the way it's your draft, you're like, it's 5 picks into your next round and 7 of those guys are still out there. I'm good with any of them.
Yep, agreed.
I'm fascinated to revisit these over the summer when we have quarterback answers for Kupp. Even the Dolphins, we don't know the status of Tua, what that's going to look like. Of course, Davante Adams as well.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.